What's up, guys? Welcome back to Jedi Jive. My name is Mike, and we finally made it to the finale episode of The Bad Batch, episode 16. This entire season has gone better than expected. If you ask me, it's definitely exceeded my expectations. I really enjoyed the entire season. I've mentioned a couple times now how, even though there were definitely a couple episodes along the way that were slower, maybe not quite as interesting in terms of the plot, now that we get to the finale and we look back on the entire season as a whole, you can definitely start to see how everything comes together. And now that we know that there's a season 2, there's, so much more room for them to fill out these storylines that they've started this season. And now certain things like doing a side job for Sid, it's not necessarily filler so much as it is just an enjoyable Star Wars animated experience, just like the Clone Wars. There may be some episodes in the Clone Wars that aren't your favorite, but you still treat the whole thing, the entirety of the Clone Wars, as a giant success and something that you rave about. So having The Bad Batch be an entirely new animated show, all this new content, and we can look forward to more new Bad Batch next year. It's just, it's just this wealth of content now that we have now to enjoy, and I don't think there's anything to complain about. Honestly, like if I did want to critique stuff about the season, it probably would be along those lines. It would be less filler, more meat. But at the end of the day, this is Star Wars, and it's enjoyable almost no matter what it is. I mean, I honestly enjoyed the show Resistance, which people would agree is probably the worst Star Wars animated show. But there's always elements to it which are enjoyable, and I feel like Bad Batch has taken that and taken it to the next level. And on top of all of that, the animation itself is gorgeous. They've been doing new things with the animation. I would expect them to because, it's the technology has gotten better, but at the same time, I can tell that they're really elevating their art over at Lucasfilm, and they're really taking this seriously. It's not just a kids show. It's not just a cartoon or an animation. There's actual meat there to chew on, and I feel like we're spoiled and we don't even know it sometimes. But I've really enjoyed the entire season. We've gotten to the end here. We've theorized certain things like, oh, Boba Fett's going to show up. Maybe we'll see Vader. I still think it's entirely possible that we're going to run into Boba Fett in this episode. I hope we do, since at the end of the last finale episode, Kamino got destroyed, which was tragic, but our Bad Batch squad is now potentially stranded in the middle of the ocean in Kamino, so they're going to need rescued somehow. So I think it makes sense maybe Boba Fett will show up in Slave One and pick them up, because that was his home too. Maybe he does or doesn't know that Omega is his sister, but I'm hoping that's one thing that we get in this episode. I mean, obviously we're going to get more, Rampart and Crosshair. They knocked Crosshair out or stunned him at the end of the last episode and took him with them. So there's potential for them to try and get Crosshair back on their side. That would be great. Although Crosshair revealed that, or at least he claims that his chip was removed already and that he just thinks this way. Has nothing to do with the influence of his chip. So that's a storyline we're going to have to, maybe they'll take the next step of that here in this episode. There's a lot of things that could happen. I don't really just want to keep speculating. I just want to jump into the episode and enjoy it, and we'll talk about it afterwards. Let's do it. I sincerely hope no one perishes. Save it for next season. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Dude, that would be so scary to be inside that. Oh no. They got separated. Dude, that's nuts.
Status report.
The cities have been destroyed, sir. All Kaminoan facilities have collapsed.
Oh, he hesitated. Like it didn't make him feel good to say that. That clone followed orders, but he wasn't liking it. Bro, this is not a good situation. Hey, Z.
Crosshair!
Oh, no way. She's gonna have to save Crosshair on her own.
Door open, Tick. All compromised compartments are sealed to contain the.
Oh, that would be the worst.
Override the protocols from here.
904. You survived the aerial.
Oh, and he's gonna be underwater real soon too.
8
Actually, the water should help you move it. Come on. Dude. Oh, that would be the worst.
I'll try to break it free.
Come on, Crosshair, buddy. Hang in there. Nice. There you go. Nice rescue, Omega. Wow. Now he owes her one. That's important. I think literally he owes her one now. I think that foreshadows him saving her life. There you go.
We need to get topside before this entire structure submerges.
It was the Empire that did it. Maybe that'll help him see the error of his ways. Bro, they're actually submerging. Dude, what? Dude, that's so sad. Yo, they are so far underwater now. Yo, how they would, after being that deep, they would have to decompress. Bro, what? They're leveling out at least. I don't know, dude. Where do they go from here?
Most of the facility must be compromised.
I thought they were gonna be like stranded on the surface. Now they're legitimately like stuck underwater.
They're all going to die here because of your failed leadership.
Yikes.
We landed on the underwater tunnel.
Oh, okay.
She's calling the shots now.
You have a better idea.
She's the oldest one here, right? Considering they're like probably working on a time constraint here before it floods. Yep. Time to
We
move,
need
people.
to go back. Understanding you does not mean that I agree with you.
Ha! Touche, Tech. Guys, let's get moving. Chop chop. The glass is literally shattering and you're like watching it. Creature? Giant creature?
These tunnels are protected, right?
Oh shit. What's the creature? Is it a Colo clawfish? No, different planet.
Restoring power should deter the creature.
Oh shit. Bro! Are there any planets in this galaxy that don't have giant killer monsters in the ocean? Yo, that would be horrifying. Oh god. Nice. It's almost like a Mosasaurus or something. I think that's a new creature we've never seen before. It's not a gooberfish.
What is this place?
Nullise's private lab.
Oh, that's right. Hunter wasn't with him when she said that.
Because she was there.
There you go.
Omega was created before us. Technically, she is older than we are.
There you go. You're gonna have to make a swim for it.
The only way to the Marauder.
Oof.
Wrong.
My battery cells are depleting.
Oh no.
Our oxygen levels will be critical in a few hours.
This is what happens when you let a kid call the shot.
Now shut up.
The Empire will control the entire galaxy, and I am going to be a part of it.
I don't think he's savable, man.
All you'll ever be to them is a number.
You never liked it on Kamino, did you?
Go away. Being a clone doesn't make you one of them.
I wanted to believe it was the inhibitor chip that made you like this. I was wrong.
These medical capsules are our way out of here.
The buoyancy of these watertight chambers will bring us to the surface.
How do we avoid the debris field out there?
The droid, he can do it.
Barring any extraneous complications, I should be able to complete the task.
It's just gonna straight up blow up the glass to get out.
I barely fit in this thing. Quickly should not doubled up.
How's your charge holding up?
I have accessed my reserve power. We must hurry.
Oh no, he's gonna run out of battery. I don't think AZ's gonna make it, people. He's gonna run out of battery at the last minute and they're not gonna have enough juice to save him. They got all their faith in AZ now. Nice. How far is it supposed to be? Oh.
Can't see anything. That is a good thing.
Oh my god, dude. All of this would be so horrifying.
You're doing great,
Oh
AZ.
shit, dude. Oh no!
Oh my god.
He's gotta go save her. Oh, he's on reserve power. Dude, this is giving me anxiety, bro. Is this where Crosshair comes in to return the favor?
What's happening?
I got caught on some debris. It's okay. AZ's got me.
Oh no! He's gonna run out of juice. No! Dude, I have anxiety right now.
Don't give up. We're nearly there.
Your path is clear.
Oh no, he's gonna sink. He's gonna sink. No, bro. Oh. Oh, that's so heavy, dude. The imagery there, and he's sinking to the bottom.
I'm going after AZ.
Oh, dude, what? Bro. And she drops her flashlight first thing? What are you doing? Oh, is he gonna fire like a grappling hook? Yes! Dude. How did he even make that shot? Wow. I thought that was it for AZ, bro. There you go. You know Crosshair's not all bad. Oh, it took them like all night to get there. Oof. It's totally gone, man. That's unbelievable. Nothing remains.
It's all gone.
We should leave before the Empire's scouts show up.
You offered us a chance, Crosshair. This is yours.
I made my decision.
We want different things, Crosshair. That doesn't mean that we have to be enemies.
That's heavy, man. Definitely the end of an era.
Thank you for saving AZ.
Consider us even.
I don't know about that.
You're still their brother, Crosshair. You're my brother too.
Ooh. He's legit just gonna stay there? I guess he's just gonna wait for Empire people to show up and pick him up. Wow, man. He made his choice. Where is this? Nalase?
Mistress Nala Say, welcome. The Empire has big things planned for you.
They're gonna have her start working on clone stuff in the background, maybe Palpatine stuff, cloning Force users and whatnot. Oh, bro. Is that really how they end it? Wow, that's crazy. So yeah, that was a heavy ending, man. Like it's funny, well, not funny, but like in the last episode when Hunter was like, you know, we made a choice, or like, you know, we didn't have a choice, and then Crosshair was like, you think I did? And then here, they clearly had a choice. Hunter was like, here's your chance, like, come with us, and he still chose to remain there on the platform and stick with the Empire. You know, it's the fact that Omega like essentially risked her life to save Crosshair, and then he didn't risk his life. He just like shot. It was a good shot, and he saved AZ. But you know, he didn't have to risk his life, so he was like, consider us even. I'm like, not really. I feel like he still needs to risk his life to save Omega for them to really be even. Hopefully he'll get another opportunity to do that, and that'll be his redemption. That'll be his way of changing next season. And I mean, at the end there, they had the Empire come out and be like, oh, now let's say we have plans for you. And to me, that's signifying connections to like even sequel type stuff, like 60 years down the road. They would have had to start working on that stuff now. So Nala Se is probably all that's left of the Kaminoans at this point, right? We've never really learned more about like what else is going on Kamino. Like I know like it used to be a planet that was then like turned into a war world, right? So Kamino was already sort of like the refuge in the ocean there, or the Tapoka City was. I don't know if there's any more Kaminoan cities or anything, but as far as, we're concerned, potentially Nalisay is like the only Kaminoan we're ever going to see again, and it's going to be in the capacity of like working. Like I said, I think it's the Empire saying we have plans for you. That they're not building another clone army. They probably Palpatine has given them orders to start messing with his stuff, like building Snokes and cloning Force users and experimenting with that stuff. And they need Nalisay's expert scientific knowledge to get down with that stuff. I honestly am surprised that we didn't get like a last minute cameo there as like a tease for the second season. I was expecting like I said, Boba Fett to show up in Slave One to rescue them. I thought that Tipoca City was gonna like crash land in the ocean and maybe like, float there for a while, and they were gonna be out in the water, be like, what do we do now? But they actually sunk to the bottom. That was shocking. And at first I was thinking real world, like, oh, like when you go that deep, like they wouldn't be able to just like swim up, like you need to decompress, because it looked like they went like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet down. There was even a giant like monster, underwater monster there. It was reminiscent of, like the what did I call it? The Colo clawfish and the goober fish and that other giant, I forget what it's called, the something monster from Naboo, all those giant underwater creatures. But this was a brand new one. It looked kind of like a Mosasaurus in a way. But I don't think there's a name for that creature. They might have to name it after this episode. I don't recall ever hearing of those on Kamino. And we didn't see any of the rays, unfortunately, that we see at Kamino and flying in Attack of the Clones. But that was there were multiple like anxiety-inducing moments in this episode. I am not particularly afraid of closed spaces or being underwater or anything, but being constrained or like being in a small space underwater with like the windows cracking, and then like it's definitely anxiety inducing. And then when they were releasing the tubes to get them up and the debris fell on Omega and was pushing it down towards the bottom, it was just like I felt my anxiety building there, and it was definitely intense. But at the end, like I said, I didn't want anybody to perish. Because we know there's a season 2. Like if they're gonna kill anybody, like they're gonna wait until next season. So unfortunately, nobody died. They almost, in a way, I feel like AZ. That moment was like really tragic and like it hit really hard. But then, it's good that Crosshair rescued that or AZ and like saved him. So now they'll be able to revive him. But like at the same time, I feel like that moment got robbed just a little bit because it was hitting me nice and heavy and hard that moment with AZ sinking to the bottom and his, the light went out and you see the light go out in his eyes and his power went down. Like that was heavy. And it didn't get to like experience, like I feel like I was a little bit robbed of that emotion by having them sort of like rescue him right away. And it was just like, at the same time, like I'm happy. I'd rather feel happy than just totally depressed at the end there. So, it's not that big of a deal that they rescued him, but I did feel like that moment it was good the way it was. Like that would have been a really heavy death without necessarily having to lose anybody, because it's a droid and a little bit more expendable than our main characters, even though it still would have been sad. And I did mention LV from the movie Solo and, the whole like personhood for droids scenario. And it's the way Omega, like she was safe inside the tube. And then when she saw AZ sinking, she actually opened the tube to go like try and rescue him. So we know for a fact that's Omega. Like she risked her life to save Crosshair, somebody who's demonstrated like that he's a bad person and is willing to like kill all of them. She actually like saved his life, and then she risked her life to save AZ. So she's selfless and she's brave and courageous, and she's got all of the good qualities that are admirable like that. And it's funny that like we established previously that she's the oldest one. Because she was in the lab when they were created, so we don't know exactly how much older she is, but she's older than them. And then they reiterated that in this episode, and it even was a plot point in that like Crosshair was like, wait, she's in charge, what's going on? And they had to be like, no, like literally, like she's older than you, bro. So that was an interesting dynamic to see, that like not only is she older than them, but like they're open to the idea of her literally leading them and being the actual leader of the Bad Batch. And at this point she deserves it. Like she's proven herself, and like I said, like she's shown that she's selfless and willing to put her life on the line to save anybody, even Crosshair or a droid. So that's an interesting character point for her, and we're going to see that more of that moving forward. I was a little bit disappointed, like I said, that there was no character reveal here. Like, I totally thought Boba Fett was going to show up. And I still feel like that's an inevitability. Like, there's invariably... Boba Fett has to come into this story. I thought that he was going to make an appearance because we have Book of Boba Fett later this year, and I thought they were going to maybe try to create like a tie-in somehow, but they still have room to do that next season. Only at that point we will have already seen a season's worth of Book of Boba Fett. So he is going to have to come into the story at some point, though, because he's their brother too. He's literally the Alpha to Omega, and he's essentially Omega's twin brother. So we definitely want to see them interact at some point in the next season. That's definitely something that we see coming up. And you know, obviously this season we established a relationship with Sid. There's things that we can, like, right off the bat, we can just start doing in the next season, and we'll be able to hit the ground running, and we don't necessarily need to establish these characters because they're already established, and we can kind of just start doing things. And we have all the time. We have an entire season now to chew on that meat, and I'm excited, and I can't wait to do it. Guys, let me know what you thought about this episode. I thought this was an excellent finale. I thought it was emotionally heavy in places. Like I said, it was even anxiety inducing. I'm surprised we didn't get a major character reveal of some kind, but since we've already established season 2, I'm not worried about it. We know it's coming, and it gives us something to look forward to. Let me know what you thought about this episode in the comments below, guys. If you want to see a fully unedited reaction, go over to patreon.com/JediJive. I'll also put a link to the Instagram Jedi Jive Discord and stuff in the description below. So head on over there to join our Discord community. Let me know what you thought about it. Give it a like, thumbs up, and hit that notification bell. I'll see you in the next one, guys.